Welcome to the Fifth Element Lens. I'm Dene Hager, and this is where we explore what it means to build businesses, lives, and careers that refuse extraction and choose justice instead. Through the Fifth Element framework, earth, water, fire, air, and ether, we examine how systems shape us, how power moves, and what true resilience requires. Before we begin, let's do our somatic check-in. So I want you to take a moment and notice those shoulders again. Notice your shoulders. A lot of us like to ignore our shoulders. If they're up in your ears, I want you to let them drop. Even if all you can do is just a little bit, let them drop a fraction. Not all the way. Just enough to signal that you don't have to brace yourself right now. Take a deep breath. Good. Now, each month, after we talk about a book that influenced the Fifth Element Framework's beginnings, we turn toward the lived experience of work. These episodes look at how your nervous system, your history, and your environment shape the choices you make in your career, and what becomes possible when you stop designing your life around survival. Today, we're exploring the nervous system of your career, the patterns your body learned in past workplaces, and how those patterns follow you around into every new role you go. Let's begin. So, nobody really talks about the nervous system of your career. Sounds kind of catchy, doesn't it? It's not your resume. It's not your skill set. It's not your ambition. It's your nervous system. Because the truth is this: your body has been in every job you've ever had. And it remembers what happened there. Now, most people think that their career challenges are about confidence, competence, or clarity. They just don't know what they want. But underneath all of that is the nervous system. That's your body's internal safety system, your decision-making system. It's shaped by every workplace you've ever survived. Now, I'm going to give you a few ideas of how this plays out. If you've ever frozen in a meeting, over-explained yourself in an interview or somewhere else at work, apologized just for existing, felt your heart race before a one-on-one with someone else, or you shut down after you got feedback, or you just stayed silent to avoid conflict, or you overworked to avoid being seen as not enough. Those aren't personality flaws. That's your nervous system doing its job. Your body learned how to survive your past workplaces, and it brings those lessons with you into every new workplace. So if we apply the Fifth Element framework at a micro scale, and we're just looking at one human being, and we use this on big businesses too, but it can scale up and scale down. So let's take Earth. Those are the conditions that trained your nervous system. And the Earth is about the ground you stand on, those conditions. Your nervous system was shaped by the conditions of your past workplaces. So that could be the people that made it, your unpredictable, abusive managers. It could be unclear expectations from poorly experienced or trained managers. It could be the chronic urgency of poor planning from bad managers. It could be the constant restructuring because of chronic urgency and poor planning from bad managers. It could be low psychological safety from bad managers. It could be cultures of fear from bad leaders. And it could be performance reviews used as punishment or retaliation for speaking up when something is unjust. Those conditions teach your body to stay small, stay quiet, stay agreeable, stay invisible, stay productive, or you're fired, or you're unsafe. Earth asks, what conditions trained your nervous system? And were those conditions not just survivable, but did they enable you to thrive? Water is, in this context, relational harm and the loss of trust. So think about water is like relationships and how we move with the other people around us. And workplace trauma is definitely often relational. Maybe it's a boss who humiliated you. Maybe it's a colleague who undermined you. Maybe it's a team that excluded you, or a leader who punished honesty, or a culture that rewarded compliance over truth. These experiences shape your relational instincts. They make you anticipate harm, and you brace for criticism. You scan for danger. You overfunction to avoid conflict, and you disconnect from your own needs. Water asks, who taught your nervous system that work wasn't safe? The next element is fire, and that's agency collapsed and agency reclaimed. Think about it that way. Fire is agency, the power to act. Trauma collapses agency. It teaches you that your choices don't matter. It teaches you that speaking up is dangerous. It teaches you that your needs are irrelevant. In your career, this looks like maybe freezing in interviews, or avoiding opportunities, or staying in harmful roles, or shrinking your voice, or believing you have no options, or confusing survival strategies with identity. But fire is also the element of reclamation. Fire asks, where is your agency still alive, even if it's small? Because your agency doesn't completely disappear. It just gets buried under fear, and it can be restored. Now moving on to air, which is naming what your body has been carrying. Air is clarity, it's truth, it's language, it's the courage to name what is real. Air is the moment you say to yourself, my body isn't overreacting. I've had to say that to myself. Or, this reaction makes sense. Or, this fear is learned, not inherent. Or, this one, my nervous system is trying to protect me. And so then you think, this one, I'm not broken, I'm adapted. Air breaks the spell of self-blame. Air asks, what truths has your body been carrying alone? Ether is integration in the career your nervous system can actually sustain. Now, let me think of it another way. Ether is coherence. It's the alignment of your values with your actions and the structures that you operate in. Ether is the moment you stop designing your career around fear, survival, hypervigilance, people pleasing and self-abandonment, and start designing it around safety, agency, clarity, reciprocity, and enoughness. Ether asks, what would a career feel like if your nervous system were allowed to exhale? That's the heart of what I do with trauma-informed career coaching. You don't build your career only from your resume. You build it from your body, from listening to it again. I want you to think about what I've been talking about and remember that your nervous system has been carrying the weight of every workplace you've ever survived. It's been protecting you, it's been adapting for you, and it's been doing the best it can with what it had to work with. But you don't have to build your future from a place of survival. You are no longer in a cave waiting for the tiger to go away. It's not going to eat you. There is no tiger. The fifth element framework gives us a way to understand not just the work we do, but the bodies we bring to that work. And when you understand your nervous system, you stop blaming yourself for the ways you've adapted, and you start building a career that actually supports your life. If you're like me and you've had to navigate burnout, or maybe you're doing it right now, maybe you're afraid, maybe you have a lot of uncertainty at your career right now and your job. I hope this episode helps you see your reactions not as flaws, but as your body being intelligent and conditioned to what it has been through. And if you want support as you rebuild your career from a place of agency and nervous system clarity, you're welcome to explore the Career Clarity Intensive workshops and retreats that I hold. These are structured 8-week containers where we slow down, those are the workshops, and restore your internal authority. And, really just get down to the nitty-gritty of designing a career that really fits you and your life. And you can learn more and see the upcoming dates on my website at www.fifthelement.online. Thank you again for listening to the Fifth Element Lens. And I'm Dene Hager. I'll see you in the next episode.